Guys, we are back with another PSA submission. So recently I did a ace grade submission. If you haven't seen that one, go and check that out. For once, I wasn't cooked. We actually did really well and got 15 10s from 20 cards. Very, very good. This one, however, I don't think is going to go very well. I have 20 cards here. It took forever and a day to come back to me. I don't know what's going on PSA, guys. I mean, it is pretty much beyond a joke. Now, a lot of these I sent off a long time ago. In fact, like at the start of the year, when a lot of these cards were at a decent value, even in a 10, right? And a lot of them are even raw price, to be honest. A lot of them have dropped a lot since then. This submission, again, like my previous PSA submission, took longer than their estimated turnaround time. When I sent these off, it was 45 days. And in fact, ended up being close to around about 80 days. So very, very bad. And because of that extra time, a lot of these are dropped in value as well. So today we'll be going through all of the cards that I have here. I haven't seen them, so it'll be interesting to see how well we get on. You will see the prices on the screen of each of these when they, when we go through them. So pretty much these should have been back roughly around about April. Okay, end of April is when they should have been back. And in all honesty, these came back what? Probably about a week or so ago. So it took a little bit of like nearly 2 months longer. A lot of time, right? 2 months. We've seen a lot of stuff drop in value since then. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But we're going to put the value up on the screen, which will be the cost of the market price of the card plus the graded cost. And I'm going to see whether or not I got cooked. Now, a lot of these are cards I pulled. Okay, these aren't cards that I've bought. I'm pretty sure like every single one of these are not cards where I've gone out of my way and bought. Most of the time, my grade cards I pull. Right, very, very rarely do I buy a specific card to then grade. Very rarely. So, yeah, we'll be going for each of these today. We've got 20 cards. Let's get into it. Okay, now I'm ready to get wrecked because PSA has been pretty harsh on me. Now, I will say this now. I send a lot of these cards off, I guess, to try and do well. And already, I can see a lot of these. I mean, just take a look at this one. That the centering's not great, okay? But PSA have... I've seen it already. We've had it in the last submission. Very questionable grading, like extremely questionable. So we're going to see on this one, and we're going to see in this video what we got going on. So the Mewtwo, oh my days, hang on. What is the back of this? Look at this. This is thick. Look at that bottom. There is no way this is. What is like? This is probably going to be like an 8 or a 9 with that centering. Centering on the front. I mean, this is a banging card, by the way. The Mewtwo GX from Hidden Fates. I pulled this long time ago. I've had this in my collection for 3 years, so yeah, it's been sat there just collecting dust basically. But I like this card, but the center on the front's not too bad. The center on the back is absolutely shocking. I'm gonna probably say maybe a 9, a 10. Look, guys, this is a 10. What the hell? Look at this. How the hell is that good centering? Look at the bottom of that. Okay, so this one got a 10. Hey, I'll take it any day. We're starting things off with a 10. Gorgeous card, though. Mewtwo coming in. I mean, Hidden Fates is popping off like crazy. So having that is going to be pretty sweet. Also, guys, I'll let you know that these will be available on the store if you do want to jump in and grab them. If you do want to do that, make sure to use the code POKEBALL for 10% off your first purchase. This is another thick back. Look at these. These are... back-to-back thick backs. I mean, the Mewtwo just got a 10, so let's see what we get in this one. What we got first? So we got the big chunky boy. Talking about a thick back. This one I did pull from a Lost Origin booster pack. I mean, to be honest, this is an absolute banger of a card. Anyway, and I love the trainer gallery, so maybe a 10, a 9. Okay, so this one got a 9. Even in the back of this is just as thick as this. So yeah, pretty interesting how this got a 9 compared to that Mewtwo. Front doesn't look too bad. It's like the Wild West of grading with PSA. It really, really is. Again, we got another thick back border on this one. We got the Articuno. So I did actually have one of these in a 10. This is from Astral Radiance Trainer Gallery coming in. Articuno, my favorite. I love the artwork. I know it's not a massively expensive card, even in a 10. A 9. Okay, so center on the front looks pretty good. I mean, I guess the back is pretty bad, but we've already just saw like the Mewtwo be pretty bad. Okay, right, so that's a 9 there. on that one. I know that it's not massively expensive. Okay, so I did send off some non-English stuff as well. I think I actually sent off some Chinese and Japanese, I believe. So, okay, we got the Zardy boy. Big boy Zard from 151 Japanese. I actually got this from a one-pack magic on a stream and whatnot. I know, fantastic. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to grab a pack. I think it was like £6-7 for a pack or whatever. I was like, yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Boom, Charizard. I was like, easy clap, guys. Easy clap. And the thing is, I'm not a huge fan of the artwork, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know the English one. And I don't collect Japanese. So yeah, this one, whatever we get, will be... Does look pretty clean. Will be up available on the site. 10. Big boy coming in. Big boy coming in. This one I did actually see has actually been going up in price. The Japanese one, raw and graded. I know the English one goes for like an insane amount in a 10, although that has been falling as well. All right, next up, what do we got? Okay, so we've got a Chinese card coming in. This is the Aerodactyl. I know you would see it from like Lost Origin. Never pulled in Lost Origin. My favorite chase card from Lost Origin. And I was like, you know what? I love the artwork. I think it's absolutely incredible. I'd love to just get it anyway. And this one's a pretty interesting one. So this one I did actually buy raw. I think raw I paid like £10 for this on a single stream. So the downside of getting it raw, you never know, it might like not have the best condition. But when I got it, I was like, it looks good. And Chinese tend to grade well. So 10, there we go, boom. Aerodactyl V, gorgeous looking card. The print quality on Chinese, I've had insane and incredible success with Chinese, like so good. So that's really, really nice to see. All right, so we've got another pretty good centering on the back there. It's not thick back. All right, so this is another Chinese one. This is the Galarian Berserker. I think I picked this up for like £3. £3 on raw. It was like dirt cheap. And I was like, you know what? It's an old art. I'm not going to grade it anyway. It's Chinese. Usually pretty good quality. And it is. 10 coming in. I just like the artwork. I just think the artwork's fantastic. Guys, this is what good print quality is like. English needs to learn to do better. Alright. What do we got here? Again, another pretty good back on that one. Okay. Oh, right. Fun story. This one was pulled from a Face Collide booster pack. The only Face Collide booster pack I've ever opened in my life. It was from a Pokémon mystery pack. I believe the video is still on this channel. If you can find it. I think it was the first time I ever opened up a Pokémon mystery pack. And at the time, this was a dirt cheap card. And also, I didn't know it was the biggest card in the set. Like when I pulled it, I was like, oh, this looks like really cool artwork. Alright. And then recently, I've been seeing how much this card is. This card in a 10 is like 1.2k. So I was like, you know what? It looks pretty clean. Okay. We can spin around. Let's take a look at the back. Got a nick there in the corner. I don't think you'll get a 10. But I'm going to tell you now, I have a feeling it isn't going to get a 10 because I didn't get upcharged. This one would quite easily had broken the it was like $500. Oh, look, you can see along the top there, guys. Can you see that? All the little marks on top. I'm gonna say probably maybe an 8. It is pretty battered, I'm not gonna lie. On the front, it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna say an 8, probably. A 9? Holy smokes! A 9? I think it's bad in the back. I mean, the centering's fantastic, but this card's been through the wars, guys. Look at that. That's scuffed along the top. Wow. Wow, we'll take that in a 9. And yeah, I know this is still a pretty pricey card in a 9. Wow. Wow. You know, I think that was kind of lucky to get a 9, if I'm being brutally honest. So we got an Ogerpon. This is the Teal Mask one. Again, like I know these weren't expensive, but when I sent these off, they weren't expensive cards, but I was like, you know, I was just sending off some cool artworks that I pulled from Twilight Masquerade. Not a huge fan of them, so what did this one get? An 8? An 8. That was it. Okay, centering doesn't look too bad. Oh, you have a little mark there in the corner. Interesting, interesting. Oh! Oh, look at that juicy one there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That one, kind of obvious. Kind of obvious. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Again, oh, look at that. Scrumptious. Look at that. Right there in the corner. Oh, that one's a juicy one. A little bit white in there in the corner. I don't know what card this is. Pidgeot. Well, this one's battered in the back. This poor bird. He's been beaten up. I'm going to probably say an 8, similar to that last one. Pidgeot, this one from City in Flames. 7! It's got to be because it's been, like, been through the wars, right? Poor thing. Been through the wars. Wow, Pidgeot, Obsidian Flames, poor thing. I pulled it from a pack, so I was like, you know what, let's grade it. It's a pretty cool card. Alright, what we got up next? This one. Corners. Not too bad. Oh yeah, a little bit marked there in that one. Oh yeah, nick in that corner. Alright, what one is it? Okay, so this one's another Ogerpon mask. I'm not a fan of these, but I don't even know why I graded them, to be honest. I'm being brutally honest. I don't know why I graded them. I'm going to say probably an 8 like the other one. Okay, 8. So both Ogerpons got an 8. Oh, okay. Not great on these ones. Alright, next up. I'm checking the back of these now because after seeing a skew of... This one doesn't look too bad. Oh, this one's nice. I actually had one of these graded a long time ago. A couple of years ago. My very first ever PSA submission. I had another one and I thought, you know what, I'm going to grade it. I absolutely love this. I have this in rainbow. Haven't graded it yet. But this one's the full art. This one does look pretty sweet. Looks a bit off-centered actually. If you look at the top, to the bottom, it does look a bit off-centered as well. Probably an 8. No, actually the back doesn't look too bad. Maybe a 9. Okay, a 9. That's fair. I mean, it is a bit off-centered on the front. And PSA are quite strict on front. That one could be a contender potentially. Or a cross grade of Ace. This one might be cross graded. That one might be cross graded because I think it's the centering on that one. If it's the centering, I don't mind sending off the Ace because Ace centerings, like margins are like 60-40, whereas PSA is 55-45. So that one might be sent off. That one might be cross graded. That's a potential. I'm trying to build up a cross graded pile. I do want to cross grade some. This one doesn't look too bad. On the back, look at the Magneton. This is just the regular one. This isn't like a Pokemon Center version. This is just a normal one. Again, oh yeah, look at that. You can see it there in the corner, guys. Little nick there in the corner. The center doesn't look too bad, but I think probably a 9 because of that little thing in the corner. Yeah, I did get a 9. Again, I don't know why I sent this one off. If it was Pokemon Center, I can understand, but a regular one. I don't know. I think, like I said, I sent these off ages ago. Literally months ago. Start of the year. It took so goddamn long. This one here. Got another nick there in the corner. Potentially some there. Okay. Florigato. This one is from Palais Revolt. Beautiful illustration rare. Got a little nick in the corner. Centering doesn't look too bad. Maybe a 9 because of that little nick. An 8. Ooh, I love the artwork though. That is a shame. I do have another one of these. I think I might send the other one off to Ace because I think that label with the Ace, I think it'll look way better than PSA 8. Oh, that one's not good. Not good. We're getting cooked here, guys. We're getting cooked. I had a good little string of 10s. And now we're getting wrecked. This one doesn't look too bad. We haven't seen any nicks there in the corner. On this one, Cyrilage. This one's illustration rare from Surgeon Sparks. I had a few of these, so I was like, I'm just gonna send one off, if I recall. This one doesn't look bad. I'm gonna say a 10. Oh, 9. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the edges. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's a few nicks in the corner. That's probably why. Centering on that's pretty decent, so that's why I sent it off. Okay, let's take a look at the next one here. So this one doesn't look too bad. This one's pretty good. No obvious nicks in the corner. We got the Fish Boy coming in. Surgeon Sparks. Feebas. I don't have the Milotic though. Okay, this one looks pretty clean if I'm being honest, guys. Yeah, that one looks pretty clean. The centering doesn't look too bad either. It's probably a 9 again. I may be missing something here, but that one looked clean. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, next up, let's see. Take a look at the next one. That one... Okay, well, not looking too bad. Oh no, look, you can see potentially Nick there in the corner. A little bit in the corner there. Oh, this is the Pokemon Center Eevees. I sent off a whole bunch of these, if I recall. I still have some left to send off. We did have one come back for someone on the channel, which did get a 10. So I'm hoping some of these got 10s, because that one we sent off before was an absolute beauty. This one looks clean. Yeah, centering maybe. A little bit slightly right heavy. I'm gonna say maybe a 10, at least a 9. A 9. Okay, that's probably the centering. Because of the back looks a little bit off center, but I think that's the centering, you know, because the back looks clean. You could argue it's a little bit there in that corner. So that might be the centering. Because that does look a little bit right heavy. That might be a cross grade with Ace. Potential cross grade one there. And that's what I think I'm going to do, is potentially send some stuff off to cross grade. A bit of dust, or little tiny white dot there. Little tiny white dot there. That's it. Okay. So another Eevee. Okay, so I remember I did send off a bunch. I think it might be those 2 dots. Again, the centering on this one looks a bit left heavy. Look how heavy that left is compared to the right. That is definitely not 55-45. There's no way that... Come on. So I'm going to say probably a 9 then. A 9. That's the centering. 100%. You look at the difference between the two of these. You can tell that the centering on the right one is definitely worse. That's another cross grade potential, because Ace are a little bit more lenient when it comes to centering, but they're more stricter on the surface. Yeah, they're very strict on the surface. So, but on centering they're not too bad. So again, maybe a little dot there. Little dot in that corner. That's about it. Another Eevee. Oh my days. Center on this one. Again, doesn't look too bad, but I think a little bit left heavy there on this one. So I'm going to say another 9. Another 9. Oh, come on. Can I get a 10? One time. Okay, I do have more to send off, though. Worth a shot. I think it's worth a shot to cross-grade them as well. This one looks clean. You've got a tiny white dot there. Tiny white dot there. Okay, another promo. Center on this one. Again, I think left heavy. Probably another 9 then. Another 9. So 4 9s, all pretty much similar. Like, I think they're all centering grades. So I think those 4, I think I'll probably send them off cross grade of Ace. We'll do a video on them and we'll see how it, you know, the difference is. But that could be a potential. Okay, final card then. So we didn't do that great in this submission. We got barely any 10s, a lot of 9s. Coming through. This one's got a Nick there in the corner. That's pretty much it on the back. Look, you can... A bit of dust. Oh no, that was a bit of dust. Okay. Not bad. Okay, so this one... So I graded quite a lot of these. These have shot massively in price. Like, insane. I saw one recently for like 200. And now it's like over 300, 350. About £300, I think. And then raw, these are like £100 plus now. What's going on? So yeah, I still have some of these in a 10, and I've got more to send off as well. I think I've got another 3 or 4 to send off. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this looks clean. Hey, yeah, buddy, we got another one. So like I say, these will be available on the store if people do want to grab them. But yeah, overall, not great. So I think with the EVs, I'm going to cross-grade with Ace. I think these 4 EVs are most certainly going to get cross-graded, because I think it's the centering is the reason why they got 9. So it'll be interesting to see if any come back at 10. I will be doing a video on that. The Feebas, probably not going to bother. I think that one could stay as is. Any other cross grades? Probably not. Maybe this could be a cross grade potential. I think that one could be a cross grade potential. But the Alakazam, I think if I'm being honest, I think I'm quite lucky that I got a 9. I thought I got an 8 because of the back. Yeah, I think that should have got an 8. So I'm pretty happy that got a 9 there. Everything else, I mean, you've got 10s there. 10s, like I said, Chinese, Japanese coming through strong. That one got a 9. This one could be potentially cross-graded, but I don't know if it's that centering though. I think it's the thick boy centering, so that one could be cross-graded with Ace. And then this Mewtwo, I don't know how the hell this got a 10. If I'm being honest, look at that centering. That is just mad. Centering on the front doesn't look too bad, but even then, I would say it looks bottom heavy. I don't know how that got a 10, but hey, look, I'll take it either way. It's a bit of a weird one. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments in the submission. Like I said, this one was sent off a long time ago, right at the beginning of the year, and it just took so long to get here. So you'll see on the screen the overall value that we've got from this. I mean, I don't think it's very good. There was pretty poor submission. Some nice cards though. The Mewtwo in a 10 is very nice. The Legendary Bird promos, of course, very good. Alakazam getting a 9 is good enough, right? That card's just so goddamn expensive. It was a shot, you know, trying to get a 10. But overall, I'm a bit disappointed, especially with the EVs, but I will be cross-grading them along with a few other cards, and I will be doing a follow-up video. I think I'm going to cross-grade some of the Charizard promos that I got back in PSA 9s as well, because I think some of them could potentially get a 10 with Ace. And the price to cross-grade isn't that expensive, so it could be something that I could look at, especially because that potential return, if it does get a 10, is definitely worth it. So, but overall, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, which one's your favorite card from today, and if you do want to grab any of these, as well as any other graded cards, then make sure to use the code POKEBALL on checkout. The website will be in the description below to get 10% off your first order. And not only that, make sure to go and check out my last PSA returns video. That is it from me, guys, in today's video. If you want more Pokemon content, make sure to click the video on the screen. And of course, thank you so much for watching. You guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.